Benjamin Franklin once said, "Men die at 25 and they're buried at 75. Let me know down below in the comments what you think that means. So many of us are miserable in life. We are angry. We feel that life is unjust, that things aren't fair. We go through life in a stupor filled with rage, bitterness, anger, jealousy. And all we do about it is complain. That's all we do. We never take any action to make our lives better because we are entrenched in our comfort zone. And our comfort zones are filled with misery and bitterness and hate. So when Franklin said men die at 25, I think this is what he means. He means that most of us, after we finish school, that period which tends to be exciting and hopeful and we're aspiring for the future, we get to 25 and then we're like, oh shit, life sucks. I just need to survive to get through it. Guys, being in survival mode, merely alone surviving, feeling like you need to survive, isn't living. It really isn't. Of course, there's an aspect of life that requires us to survive. Like, we all need to be working. We all need to be doing something to bring in money, to get the bare necessities of food, clothing, shelter, all that stuff. Of course. But if this is the only thing on your mind, which it is for probably 80%, 90%, probably even more of us, if that's the only thing on your mind, if all you're doing is surviving, if you're in survival mode alone and nothing else, you are doomed. You are dead, essentially. As Robert Collier said, life is growth. To stagnate is to die. So if we're not moving forward, we're not doing something that makes us happy, that's making us feel inspired and creative and imaginative, if we're not doing something that we enjoy, and this isn't necessarily always going to be our job. We're not all blessed with the ability to do what we love all the time, right? I mean, even I have to do things that I don't necessarily want to do sometimes. But again, as I've talked about, that's where discipline comes in. That's when our willpower kind of takes over and we're able to persevere. But what I mean is that we should always be doing a little something to make us better. We should be learning a little more to improve ourselves. We should be training to become just a little bit better each day. Even if we're working 10, 12, 14 hours a day. Because if we don't take the time to enrich ourselves, our minds, our bodies, our spirits, we're going to become bitter. We're going to calcify. We're going to, in essence, die. And we're going to be essentially living death. Right? We'll still be alive for another 50 years, right? To move around and do things. But we're going to be dead if we consider death to be stagnation. So guys, in order to avoid this fate, which most of us inadvertently, I think, dig ourselves into, we need to focus on becoming better. Just a little bit. It doesn't have to be much at first, but just a little bit. If we improve even 1% every day, that's still something. Guys, let me know down below in the comments your thought on this. Let me know your thoughts about what Collier says about death. Do you agree that life is growth and death is stagnation? I'd love to hear your thoughts down below, and let me know your circumstances too if you feel like sharing, and we can kind of talk about it. Alright guys, until the next video, keep growing.